All right. We got to have. All right. My phone is just going insane right now. So I need everyone to just stop.
Who's texting?
If it's a group text.
Oh, I mute that shit so fast. I mute that shit so fast.
Well, normally it's just one of them, but right now it is every single group chat that I'm a part of is going off right now.
Oh God, I can't, dude. I can't handle that shit. On this episode of Katie Sports Talk, it is free agency frenzy week.
Yeah, I know. It's not when they're watching this, it's not going to be, but just know that tomorrow is the start of the league. It's going to be the Wednesday. It starts at 4:00 tomorrow from when we're recording this. Is free agency, is the league year. So there's a lot that's happened so far.
It is the beginning of the league year.
Yeah.
Also, March Madness is going on. That'll probably be the last time I talk about it because I'm not allowed to do that shit here. But it is March Madness. I am super excited. I've already filled out 3 brackets.
How far is Ohio State going?
Ohio State's going to the Final Four. 1,000%.
They just lost to Illinois.
They lost to Illinois, but Illinois is not in their bracket.
I heard they do have an easy one.
We have Baylor. Baylor is going to be our first test. We're going to get past Baylor. We're going to get into the Final Four, and then we're going to lose to who is it? It's Baylor. I think Gonzaga.
Check one of your 3 brackets you got going.
The Elite 8 is going to be Gonzaga, Iowa, Michigan, Bama, Baylor, Ohio State, Illinois, and West Virginia. Okay. In that game, stop it. So, and in that I have Gonzaga, Michigan, Ohio State, and Illinois coming out. So 3 Big Ten teams coming out to the Final Four. And I
favoritism.
think 100%. But the only people that can beat Iowa, or not Iowa, but Illinois or Gonzaga is going to be either Illinois or Gonzaga. Michigan's not beating them, and neither are we. So, anyways, doesn't fucking matter. Like I said, that's probably about the last we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Go Buckeyes. Big news.
You could just start the whole thing at Go Buckeyes. We'll just continue.
Just Go Buckeyes,
dude. Let's just go down our fucking list here.
For real, that's what I'm saying. So,
all right, go ahead.
Tom Brady signs his extension with the Bucs. It is saving the Buccaneers $19 million in cap space, which has helped them save Shaq Barrett, who re-signed with them. Yep. Obviously, Godwin's already on on a franchise tag,
yep,
which is good for him because he's getting. I don't think he's getting much more money than the franchise tag this year, anyways. Now with how these other deals are going down, and I think they've already saved one other, or they've already signed another person. Oh, Gronk. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. That was a 1 year, $10 million deal. I believe it was signed today.
Yep. Gronk was signed. I believe they may have signed one more, and then they're turning their attentions to Sue.
Oh yes, obviously.
That's the next one that they want to try to save for this year.
Yep. And which is obviously I think that needs to happen because that defensive line was what won them the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Sue can do great things there, but he can't do great things for the Lions.
He did great things for the Lions. He actually went to Miami and underperformed in comparison.
Yeah.
He was still probably pretty good, but
you're not wrong there.
But yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's still in the league and still getting money.
Oh, for sure.
He's killing it.
For sure. I think we should just do this all in one breath because apparently Bill Belichick got his stimmy check this week.
He got a stimmy.
He blew the whole fucking thing.
He called all the agents and said,
he didn't call all the agents. He called Drew Rosenhaus. That's all. That's the only person he called. As who he talked to. He literally signed 3 of his fucking people.
He called him and said, "Hey, 1,400 check.
Let's make this money.
Let's go."
So, not only did they sign Cam Newton to his to a 1-year deal, they also signed Matt Jordan to a 4-year, $56 million deal worth $32 million. I don't know where.
Linebacker from the Ravens, correct?
Linebacker. Yep.
Okay.
They had $60 million, I believe, in cap space at the start of this thing, and I'm pretty sure that they're down to single digits. They got a cornerback in Jalen Mills, 4-year, $24 million, but only
An
9 of
Eagle?
that is guaranteed. I
An
believe
Eagle,
so.
if I'm right. Okay.
Yep. I mean, they're all free agents. They weren't trading for these people.
Yeah.
They also went out and got the two best tight ends in this free agent class in Janu Smith and Hunter Henry. Both of them are signed to no, I'm sorry. Smith is signed to a 4 million or 4-year deal. Henry is signed to a 3 million deal.
They are number, if I'm not mistaken, they are either number 3 and 4 or 4 and 5, respectively. No, in money now on cap. For top. They're not.
Yes, because they're.
I believe it's like 3 and 4 or 4 or 5. I can't
because
remember
there's
which.
Travis Kelce, and oh my God, who is the other one? I know Travis Kelce's paid more than they are.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I know Hunter Henry was from the Chargers. I thought it was Hunter Henry, but yeah. So they get both those tight ends, giving Cam Newton actual weapons to play with. They get a defensive tackle, and I'm gonna butcher his name because it's French, but it's Devon something
Gadux.
No, it's like a long O, so like it's God Show or something like that. But it's a 2-year, $16 million deal, $9 million guaranteed. Bill Belichick just literally backed the Brinks truck up to Rosenthal's house and was like, "Here's all of my money. Just give me all of your best players."
Yeah. Well, I saw a lot of different takes on this. They were saying that, like, here's the thing. I don't like when any team, and I think this was a problem for the Browns at one point, when any team goes and tries to just like win free agency and spend all the money that they have on free agents.
Right.
But at the same time, it has been very well documented that the Patriots do not evaluate wide receivers and tight ends well.
No, I believe that there's one specific tight end that they did not do very well in evaluating.
He was good
on the field.
Yeah,
literally got done killing a man and then got to the stadium and then played a game right after killing somebody. But I digress. That yeah. I mean, he knew it. He knew what he had a job to do.
That's right.
Got it done,
and he got it done. So I expect them to maybe see how the wide receivers pan out.
Yeah,
maybe try to grab one or two. But right now,
I honestly don't know how much. Let me see if it is updated on.
I don't think that they're. Even with all this, I still don't think that they're quote unquote winning free agency. I think it's just their desperate attempt to become relevant once more. And the first time I've ever really seen it work out was the Bucs.
Well, and so yeah, but you have to remember that's Tom Brady. That's not the Bucs. That is Tom Brady coming in and saying, "Listen, I want this guy, and this guy. Go get them now." And then Lenny came through and they were like, "Yep, we like him too, so we'll just take."
That's what I'm saying. I think because the Eagles have done this before, I believe, where they just went out and got everyone. The Browns have done it unsuccessfully.
Yep.
Rams have done it unsuccessfully.
Like
they're successful in the sense that they are a consistently good team.
Yeah, but I mean, like, did they? Are you talking about like these last couple of years? Like, what was it, 2 years ago when they did this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
where they got Sue and they got everyone, and just
and so they just didn't get to the Super Bowl. They didn't get to that last time. They got into the playoffs, and
Bucks was about the only one that I've ever seen.
yeah, and it's about to happen again. But it's not going to be because of free agency. It's just because they're going to keep the freaking team together.
Yeah.
I don't think this is completely up to date because it still says they have $49 million in cap space, and if he has bought all of these guys, it still has $49 million.
Yeah, but is that counting all the transactions?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it does. It does have them here, like it has Cam Newton and it has Janu Smith and Hunter Henry and Matt Jordan. It has all those guys on there, but I don't think it's calculated right now. I think you got to add all these guys up and then take it off, which would still be what, 25, 35. Yeah, they're real close. They would be real close, like within single digits of their cap space right now. If that's true.
They're just looking for probably the draft then.
Yeah, they're just gonna go to the draft after that. I don't see, my problem is I don't think they're gonna. Who is their running back? Let's play that game.
James White.
Is it still White?
Sonny Michel.
Roster. There we go.
Rex Burkhead.
Position running back. Apparently I am stupid. There we go. Running backs. So Sonny Michael, JJ Taylor, and James White. I don't know. I feel like if they're really worried about their offense, like you said, they're not really good at drafting wide receivers, and obviously they don't need to go get a tight end. They got two of the best now, but I think that a running back. I think they try and get a nice running back.
Just draft a running back.
Because I really don't think that. Oh my God, I didn't know Brian Hoyer was playing on the. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm getting distracted. So, Damian Harris, who is no longer on the team, was their lead rusher last year with 137 attempts for 691 yards. That's about 5 yards per attempt. Sonny Michael was the next.
That's pretty good though. 5 yards per.
Yeah, and Sonny Michael was the next with 79 attempts with 449, and that's 5.7 yards per attempt. I don't know. I don't know if you trust them or not. And I don't know if I would trust Bill Belichick to go get a wide receiver. So either go defense or I would get a running back with them, and I would call it good. Because I mean, the receivers they still have Jacoby Michaels, they have Damian Byrd, N'Keal Harry, and obviously Edelman if he comes back.
Yeah,
which he should. I think his injury. I think he's healing up pretty well. So
yeah, I'm not sure if he's decided to retire or not.
I don't think so. I think I heard on another podcast that he was planning on bringing it back. So.
This is something that you are. Well, then you can go ahead with it. They signed Cam back.
Yeah. Oh, so you want to do number 3?
Yeah.
This is kind of getting resolved already. Yeah. So this is crazy to me because, okay, so for everybody who, I mean, if you're listening to this and you're not listening to Pat McAfee, when you're done here, go watch Pat McAfee. Like, it's one of the best sports podcasts in the country. I watch it. I listen to it every day. It's fucking amazing. He's fucking amazing. Everything about it is like, all the guys are fucking amazing. It's just a great vibe. Anyways, all the time, every day, almost, he has ESPN guy is coming on. And I've learned about, because I don't watch ESPN that much anymore. I
No.
really don't. I watch Fox for my my college game day stuff now. I will watch the NFL games that are on ESPN, but I won't stick around and watch Sports Center anymore. I don't stick around and
No.
listen to Scott Van Pelt. I don't. do any of
ESPN
that
has
stuff.
really been putting out subpar material for a long time.
But so there are, and I 100% agree with you, but there are certain personalities on ESPN that from Pat McAfee I've grown to like.
Mm-hmm.
I like Dan Orlovsky. That dude is
Well,
fucking hilarious. You don't like, I don't know if you
I
like
like
him or
him.
not.
I
but
do. I like him a lot.
I don't know if you had a bad taste in your mouth from before.
Well, I mean, so many players have been shit for the Lions.
Right. And so, but there's Ariel Hawani. That dude is fucking hilarious. Like, he goes on to Pat Mac and he plays it so well. They call him Ariel, what is it? Ariel Heel-Wani, because he always plays the heel. He always makes fun of everybody. And there's countless other people from ESPN. And last week, ESPN sent out a memo on Friday saying no more going on Pat McAfee's show.
Now, how was this found?
So Pat found it. Like, so people were calling and texting Pat, telling him, and on his show,
canceling. I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, they're like,
they were canceling.
Well, they're either canceling or like there were a couple people that literally sent him the actual memo saying this is what we got.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna talk and pull up a tweet real fast and but so on Friday he's saying this is bullshit. Like, I mean, he didn't say that. I checked that. What he said is I understand. He's like, it's a business decision. This is something that ESPN wants to do. This is their prerogative. It's whatever. He was like, what did he say? Doesn't matter. Anyway, so anyways, he just leaves it at that. And everybody else, like all of the listeners, me included, we're pissed. We're pissed. Because we love the fucking guests, man. Like they're what make the show.
Yeah.
And I mean, not all the way, but they make the show great. And I want to find this tweet. But so he just tells us about it, and everybody on Twitter is just going off all weekend, the whole time. And yesterday they sent, I think it was Saturday afternoon, ESPN sent out a retractor saying that, one, they never banned anybody from going on to his show. He's like, that's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
It was like, and then in the tweet they were saying that they were looking into different avenues to help get their personalities out onto off-brand or out of network, I guess, shows, right? And which is great. I mean, that's what they should do. Like, these guys should be able to, like, these personalities should be able to go out onto other shows and like other podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I agree with them not letting them go out to like Fox shows or CBS shows. That makes sense. But when it's an unaffiliated podcast or like a radio show or
you gotta get
something
your name
like
out
that,
there.
yeah, like what's the harm in that?
Mm-hmm.
Just because I watch Pat McAfee or Pardon My Take or Going Deep or anything like that doesn't mean I'm not gonna watch ESPN, but doesn't mean
ESPN,
other people
your
are
shit.
If Pat McAfee goes back on to College Game Day, I'd watch it. I'll throw that out there.
The one game that he did for the Lions was amazing.
He's the best. He is high energy.
Well, it just so happened that game, Matt Prater threw a touchdown pass. He just
loved all that. They knew he was doing the show. That's why they did it.
That's what it was.
Whatever. I can't find the tweet. But anyways, so that was and at the end of the tweet, they're like, and Pat will still come on to still be coming onto our shows when asked or whatever. And he was like, "That's a fucking lie." He's like, "I don't know if I'm coming back onto one of your shows. Why would I?" He's like, "The only reason why I would ever come onto another show is if the host asked me, because the higher ups there do not want me on their shows. It's always the hosts." And he was like, and also, I'm banning any ESPN people for a week. Just because
you're banned, you're grounded for a week.
It was just crazy to me. And so obviously Pat's not part of Barstool, but on Barstool at one point he was, but obviously he's doing his own thing now. But the CEO of Barstool, she has her own podcast, and on today's pod, I think it was today or either today or yesterday, she was talking about the switch and power that is going to happen in the next 10 years when the TV deals are come to an end. And it is already being discussed that they're no longer going to favor the networks. They are going to favor streaming services and online platforms. So yeah, ESPN and NBC and CBS, they might get, their game, like some games here and there, but they are going to be pushing heavy for online platforms to be the main viewing space for the NFL. And I think it's fucking perfect. Like if they had like games on Hulu, I don't think they'd ever do it to Netflix. That'd be kind of crazy.
That would be weird because they don't have live
stuff, right? But like the WWE and Peacock. I mean,
I bet Peacock will end up taking a huge swing at it. They seem to be throwing a lot of money around right now.
Well, yeah. Well, Peacock is owned by NBC, obviously, but they don't play any they don't show any games on Peacock. But NBC could be like, all right, well, we have this streaming service over here that we can do that with. So let's just push these, at least maybe keep them on TV, but also play them over here. It's just smart. Like it's just the way of business. And the fact that to come full circle to all that, the fact that ESPN thinks that they're so high and mighty because they're one of the largest sports networks in the world.
Well, I will say this: ESPN Plus is garbage.
100%.
I'm not paying for it. If I do what I do, like every time that I hit an article and I have to subscribe to anything or become I just don't read the article. Guess I'm missing out.
Yeah,
I'm not paying for it.
So I have my bundle with Hulu or Disney Plus, where I get Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus for whatever it is.
Well, that's in a bundle. You're not separately paying for it.
Yeah, I'm not separately paying for that shit.
UFC is a great draw to ESPN Plus.
But
I still have to pay over $60.
Yes,
for a pay-per-view, for a good pay-per-view. No,
and you don't even have to pay the monthly subscription service for the pay-per-view. You just have to pay for the pay-per-view. Yeah. So why would it's not even a good draw for ESPN Plus for you to be there.
Garbage.
Yeah, and their platform can't handle the numbers that the UFC pulls in. Every UFC fight is crashing. It's not even like it's not even like the big cards like 261 they just announced.
Yeah,
it's gonna be in a full crowded stadium. It's gonna be one of the biggest shows in over 2 years. ESPN Plus is going to be garbage for that. They're not going to be able to handle it.
I'm telling you right now, our podcast is going to take down ESPN. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. I'm here for
That's the whole reason we started this. We found out.
I'm getting behind Barstool. I'm getting behind Pat McAfee, but we're taking down fucking ESPN, dude.
And the whole time they're like, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's my spiel on that. Okay.
Number 4 doesn't even seem big anymore.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like, it's just crazy.
So let's just hurry up and go. Shaq Lawson's going to Houston for Benedict.
Yeah, I was going to say, you say that name.
Benedict McKinney.
Yeah.
And they're swapping late round picks. I mean, that's by now, so many things have happened. It's not important.
It's not even important anymore.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
You're good linebackers.
just
Sorry.
it's. I mean,
Let's
they're
move on.
bigger things.
Let's move on to
Like,
number 5.
like
This next one.
yeah. So this man, I loved this guy. I never really rooted for the teams that he was on, in college or in the pros, but I will look at you like Dan Orlovsky looks at Max Kellerman or whatever the fuck his name is when if you sit there and try and tell me that Drew Brees is not one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL ever.
When I saw that tweet that you commented on, it was the funniest thing. He told
His jaw literally hit the floor.
so go ahead. What's his name?
Max Kellerman.
He was making the argument that Drew Brees has never been in the top of at the top of the league. He's always been way underneath, especially of the era of the decade or whatever the case may be. And the whole time he's saying this and saying how he's not a Hall of Famer, they flip over to like that 3.
They have the 3 panel,
and Dan Orlovsky is he's staring there wide-eyed, mouth open, just audibly just like, oh yeah, I know his ears are freaking enormous.
I tried to find a Dumbo, like a picture of Dumbo with his mouth open that wasn't a GIF. I couldn't find one fast enough to tweet with it, but my God, dude, I was dumbfounded. Drew Brees is at the top, if not the top, of every single quarterback record in the NFL.
Okay, so
5,000 yard passing years.
One of the things that Dan Orlovsky said in defense of him was the fact that he's never had that great of a defense to help him. So I'm gonna support that here. Scoring defense rank over span. 01 to 19, Tom Brady first. 04 to 20, Big Ben second. 08 to 20, Aaron Rodgers sixth. 06 to 19, Phillip Rivers sixth. 06 to 20, Saints, Drew Brees 23rd.
I mean, all that tells me is that man was the only reason why his team was winning games.
Yeah, and we're about to find out. They're the 2 quarterbacks that they have now,
dude,
are Hill, Taysom Hill,
dude.
They re-signed Jameis Winston.
Okay, I'm cool with Jameis Winston. He's gonna throw so many picks. I mean, it is gonna be insane. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be just pick sixes all day long. That is all it's gonna be, and I cannot wait for it. But I would so much rather have him than freaking Taysom Hill. I do not understand Sean Payton's love for this guy.
He's like a gimmick quarterback. He
is a.
That's how I would describe him.
This is how I'm going to describe him. Okay, he is a white trash, heroin addict, Tim Tebow. That's what he is.
That's bad.
He had zero. Like he doesn't even hold a candle to Tim Tebow and what he could do. At least Tim Tebow could throw a fucking ball. Fucking Taysom Hill is there for running, and that is it. Running and blocking. That dude
Wildcat, yeah.
But so the only reason why I can tolerate Taysom Hill's deal is because it's 4 years for $140 million, but every single year is voidable.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know what that means, but
so what it really means is that he's gonna play this year, right? So they owe him the money for this year, which I think is like $18 million or something like that, right? I think they backloaded this deal, but let's say they don't want him to play or they don't want to sign him to this contract again next year. they have the option to re-sign him to a different contract because they could just void out the last 3 years of this contract like they never happened. There are a lot of players right now that are signing 3-year deals that the last year is voidable, or 4-year deals where the last 2 years are voidable.
Because everything's just weird.
I think. Oh man, I know I know there's another quarterback that signed one. I almost feel like it's not Brady. I don't think. I feel like it's somebody else. But there's there's a lot of players that are that are getting voidable years, and for them it's a good thing too, because you want to be signed obviously to a team this year. Like obviously you don't want to take a year off, but
yeah, that was last year that you did that.
Yeah, but this year you don't want to be signed unless you're with a team that you really like. You don't want to sign a long-term contract because next year the salary cap's going up, obviously, and it's going up a significant amount. Like they're talking, I think within the next, I know within the next 5 years they want the salary cap to be $250 million. So $250 million, and it's at 128.5 right now. No, I'm sorry, 182.5.
Yeah, 180.
Yeah, 182.5. Dyslexia. But so within the next 5 years, it is drastically going up, and you don't want to be stuck in a long-term contract right now. So the voidable years are good for the players and they're good for the teams, because you get to kick that down the road and be like, I don't want to bother with this right now. We'll worry about it in 2 years. So it's good. It's good.
So
that is
this next one, not real happy about it.
No, what did you? Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I understand now.
Aaron Jones re-signed with the Packers. He torched the Lions last year for over 200 yards. Just destroyed them.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna give you there are kids on your high school team that could torch the Lions for 200 yards.
Well, I mean, last year we had a historically bad defense last year.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to give Aaron Jones. That's all I'm going to give him.
Yeah.
Props from last year. It ain't happening again. Good luck with your quarterback.
You guys did sign somebody today. Not whatever, Okra or whatever the hell his name was. Not him. You guys signed somebody else. I can't remember who it was though. So yeah, I am surprised that he did not go into free agency. Like he re-signed, and
it's all about he wanted to be there. He wanted to stay with the team.
He did, and
just
so
yeah.
But I mean, you blame him. I can understand that. I don't blame him at all. I mean, you have the chance to play with A-Rod. How do you pass that up? How do you pass that up? I know you do. But I understand where he's coming from. I mean, he was in the NFC Championship game last year with these Packers. You're playing with, again, one of the best quarterbacks.
Got demolished. Yep.
Dude, listen, nobody is stopping the Buccaneers. Okay, none of us are actually fans of the Buccaneers, but no one's stopping the Buccaneers right now. But so you get to the NFC Championship game, you have a good team. They're not losing that many people, if I remember right. They are not. I mean, Devontae Smith is still there, or that's the wrong one. Yeah, Devontae Adams. Devontae Smith is the wide receiver from Alabama.
They lost their center, an extremely good center.
Yeah,
that's about it.
And that's nothing that they can't correct, or they might even have the guy on the roster already. We just don't know it because you
very deep offensive line.
Yeah, but that's also vintage Packers. I mean, they're just used to playing in the cold, and they know that they need to have a deep roster for that line.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great deal. I didn't think it was going to happen just because he didn't sign before free agency, but what are you going to do? I should have talked about this while we were talking about Drew Brees. I don't bring it up now. With the way that Drew Brees was playing, again, I think that he was one of the best quarterbacks of our time, of ever. I don't put him on my Mount Rushmore if we're gonna do that, but he is right there. Like he is like the feet of Mount Rushmore. Like he is right there. But the last couple of years that he couldn't throw the ball more than 10 yards down the field. I mean, let's be
So yeah.
honest. And so, do you think with
If you would have asked me this question,
I haven't
which
even
the
asked that
question, yeah, which the question is, are they,
Are they better?
Are they better without him?
Are the Saints going to be? I'm not saying this year, but do you think the Saints will be better without Drew Brees?
Okay, but not this year.
Okay, so I mean,
That's
you
the
could throw,
thing.
you could throw this year in there. I mean,
That's the
but
thing.
So with Jameis go ahead. Sorry.
If you would ask me this at the beginning of last year,
Mhm.
I would have already said no. They're not going to be better without Drew Brees. Then he got hurt.
Mhm.
Then they're still winning games. Then he comes back and he's not slinging it the way he's supposed to,
Yep.
the way he normally does. Do I think he hurt? I think there's multiple things that hurt Drew Brees this year. Injury,
Yep.
age, and the
Yep.
fact that he didn't have his best receiver for most of the year.
Yeah, Michael Thomas being out really did hinder that.
Yeah.
But
because he put it in tight spots and Michael Thomas won.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you
no
know,
one's beating Michael Thomas. That's just
no
how
one
that is.
no one could beat him.
No, you
according
can't
to
guard
him.
him. You can't guard him. You
Can't
can't
guard-
beat
yeah.
him. Yeah, you can't just.
Uh,
I agree.
I
I
just-
agree.
I think they're? I honestly, but I still to this day, I don't think they're better now. They won't be better this year unless they somehow swindle a draft and draft a quarterback.
So they can definitely. I don't think they're gonna get one of the top draft picks.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they're gonna get. They're not getting Trey Lance. They're not getting Justin Fields. They're not getting the kid from BYU.
BYU, Zach Wilson,
Zach Wilson. Yeah, they're
which is a
definitely-
great football name.
Yeah, they're not getting those guys, but there are other quarterbacks, and if they're comfortable with one, get them. I mean, you have Taysom Hill on a completely voidable contract, and you have Jameis Winston for a year. Now, I alluded to this earlier with Jameis Winston, but for me, I want to argue that they are not better, but I agree. I think that after the injury and everything like that, I think they can be better. One thing that Jameis Winston gives them is a deep ball. Jameis Winston, as much as he throws interceptions, he can definitely throw.
There's
the
a
deep
reason.
ball.
It's because he's constantly gunning it down.
Yeah,
down the
and
field.
so that is going to be a whole new aspect to their offense that they didn't have with Drew Brees, and nothing else is going to change. Kamara is going to be there running the ball. I mean, their line is pretty decent. They can block. I want to say that Jimmy Graham is their freaking tight end, and I know that's completely wrong.
They did not have that great of tight ends.
So, well, that's
Jared
fine.
Cook is their
Yep.
tight end,
There you go.
and the Lions signed the other tight end from them,
Which wasn't very good.
We took their coach.
Okay, you did take
tight
that
end
coach. Yeah, you got that guy.
Okay. So yeah, MCDC.
Yeah, he has been, as far as I can tell, he's been pretty quiet. So I haven't been able to.
We have been very quiet. Now, the tight end that we did sign from the Saints,
Mhm.
he has an amazing run blocking score,
Mhm.
and he now Hawkinson from the Lions. He has a pretty high run blocking score. This
Yep.
guy has an even higher score. My thought is they're going to use this guy to block. It's going to open up Hawkinson. He's going to be able to widen out
Right.
in the two tight end sets. I think that's what they're gonna have a guy that's blocking, and they're gonna take less blocking off Hawkinson, even though he can do it. He's pretty damn good at it.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna take it off because he's a playmaker, and you got to do it. And we don't have wide receivers right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys are.
Yeah, I mean,
okay,
Marvin Jones just got signed to the Jags.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about earlier. I forgot about that. Marvin Jones is gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Galladay,
he's still floating out there somewhere.
Well, there's a lot of them. Juju is still floating, but he ain't going to the Detroit. Yeah,
I don't want him.
Galladay, he's still floating out there, but obviously, he's not going back to the Detroit Lions.
I don't think so.
But a lot of the wide receivers in the free agency have not been signed yet. There are a lot out there.
I think you're going to see him start going here tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think one of them's going to fall.
Well, I think that's what they're waiting for. I think they're waiting for that one.
Someone to set the market.
Yeah, we're waiting for that one to go, and then once that one goes, you're just gonna one after another. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Just to touch a little bit more on the Lions. We signed our best defensive lineman. He had 10 sacks last year, and he was like first in like quarterback pressures and stuff. He was just an absolute monster. Mm-hmm. He came back. There is a defensive end from the Saints who was potentially, like, people were saying that, like, let's say if Romeo Okwara, I think that's how you say his name, he's the one that we signed. Yeah. They said that if he left, the Kendricks or something like that, the defensive end from the Saints, they said that, if Romeo left, that's who we would, probably go after. And he ended up getting $18 million a year, and we got Romeo for $13 a year. I think we got the hometown
it's
discount because his brother's there.
Yeah, that's a good deal. That's definitely a good deal.
3-year, 39. I mean, he got a lot of guaranteed. If it's 39, he got like all but 12 of that guaranteed.
There's a little bit of incentive in there, but
and he's not going to get his 39 unless he meets the incentive. So, but he's not. It's. I'm very happy with that one. That was the one that I really wanted. If we were going to keep one or the other, it's probably going to be him. Because Galladay, I think, is going to just be absolutely too much.
Oh yeah, 100%. You're not going to be up for Galladay.
We did clear up $25 million in cap because we just keep the purge. We got rid of Chase Daniel. We got rid of Danny Shelton, Joe Dahl, who wasn't that much on it. We took a veteran minimum contract 1 year for Jalen Reeves Maben, the linebacker.
Yeah, the linebacker.
He's only counting as a veteran min of $750 against a cap.
Yeah, that's.
He's making more, but for some reason he's only.
Well, he's making more because I can almost guarantee there's like signing bonuses or whatever. That's another way. I've been really learning about the cap these like the past week or so, and so performances, like incentives, they don't count towards the cap. Like signing bonuses, they don't count towards the cap. And you can also push signing bonuses like back a couple of years, or like you can split them up over a couple of years.
You can spread it out. So that's what
that helps.
Patrick Mahomes did. Mahomes just signed his contract.
Yeah.
And now he restructured his contract. He's just getting a signing bonus. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, that's all he's doing. And
then he's taking cap off this year.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to say the Lions missed out on anyone, it's probably that they missed out on someone that was linked to them, John Johnson III.
You didn't miss out, bud.
I don't think we missed out. I think you're right. I don't think we missed out, and not because he's not a great player, just because of the money you guys, the Browns, were the ones that ended up signing him. The money that the Browns gave him is not something that we could do.
Oh yeah. So it is no secret to anybody that even remotely pays attention to the Browns. Our secondary was abysmal, just absolute garbage. And because Denzel Ward was out half the year, I believe. And just our safeties were just garbage. I don't even want to say his name because it just, Cold chills down my spine.
Yeah. Andrew.
No, not Andrew. Not Andrew. Sendejo.
I thought that was his first name, Andrew Sendejo.
Is it? Is it Andrew? Oh my
I
God,
don't
it
know.
is Andrew. I was thinking about somebody else because we let go of someone today.
Yeah.
From this, or they got
And
re-signed. But anyways,
this
doesn't
goes
matter.
along with what we kind of thought for the
Yeah.
Browns.
Yeah,
They're
and
1-2 players away, piece players,
well,
and then draft.
we got another pass rusher today as well in Tack McKinley.
Yeah, he's going to be a good
$4 million,
rotational. I
but
think.
he's a rotational player.
Right.
But
which is fantastic.
Yeah, but I mean that just gives Myles Garrett a little bit extra breathing and Golson a little bit of breathing
Keep
time.
him fresher.
Yep,
For sure.
And so that'll be great. I'm loving the John Johnson. I didn't really watch him when he was with the Rams.
They had the number 1 secondary in all of NFL last year. Just so you know.
But I did know
just
that.
in case you didn't know.
I did know that, so
Yeah.
I knew he was good. I just had never like really watched him play. And obviously, when he got signed to the Browns, everybody was sharing his highlight reel and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh
because you follow so many people. Yeah,
he is a monster.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So the reason that we were linked to it was because our GM is from the Rams. He was the one that beat the table to say John Johnson is the guy we need to pick.
Yep.
And then we took the DB coach from the Rams as well. So his coach is, with us.
I mean, you gotta, hopefully that helps at least shore up your defense a little bit better. I'm telling you what, man, as much as I sound like I'm giving MCDC all kinds of shit for the way he talks, he is really getting a good coaching staff in there.
That's like the only thing that he hasn't gotten a critique about. People, kind of pick fun of him because of how many ex-players are on there.
Yeah.
But no one's going to argue the fact that a former head coach who has never had I don't think for the Chargers he's never had a losing season, Anthony Lynn.
Yeah.
He's our offensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator was a guy that got the Jets interviewed him for a head coach job, and he was like huge, like up on the list. I mean, there's so many well-established, well thought of people on his staff, and most of them, almost all of them, weren't white, which is apparently a huge deal in the NFL.
Well, they do have this whole initiative to,
and whatever. I like. If I thought that NFL teams were legitimately not picking people because of race, that would be just an awful thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it would be absolutely detrimental. Like, why would you? Because your franchise will not succeed if you're going to go, I'm going to pick a white guy over him because he's white. That's
just stupid.
When I think it's fair, 90%, 85% of the NFL is black.
Oh yeah, like
you know
the
what
players.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
of course.
Like, why would you all of a sudden become racist against them when they decide to become coaches?
Yeah. Well, and see, here's and the thing is back then, like prime time, he's just now becoming a coach. Jackson State is doing fantastic, by the way. That is another reason. That is one reason why I do like ESPN Plus, is because of like they have the FCS schools right now, and Jackson State is just demolishing people, and seeing primetime on the sidelines is just hilarious. But I digress. So there are a lot of guys from that age, that era, they weren't wanting to be coaches.
Yeah,
they wanted to be players because the players made the money, and you didn't get a lot of the players who were also taught to be coaches.
Yeah.
And so you're getting into that era now where Antoine Randall, I think he's the coach. Yeah, he's there. Deuce Staley's there.
Anthony Lynn was actually a running back. He won a Super Bowl with the Broncos.
Yep. There you go. And so
Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
but these guys are,
the list goes on.
Yeah, but these guys
Uh,
are smart. Like I think Tony Dungy was a player before.
I believe so.
I believe
And
because I
Mike
think he would
Tomlin
have.
was.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin was, but like those were like the very few beforehands, like
Mhm.
before this transition that we're coming into now, where they were players back then, but they made their money, and a lot of those players just never got interested in coaching. But now it's different. Guys they're learning more about the game and not just to play it, but they're learning about schemes and they're learning about matchups and they're learning about all this other stuff, that all the integral stuff that goes in with the game. And when they learn that stuff, they get intrigued and they want to continue on, and
Yeah.
that's what you're going to start to see. And you're going to see a huge uptick in, I was just going to say, non-white people
Yeah.
just wanting to become coaches after they play, or even before they play. Like maybe they play in college and they just want to become a coach.
Right. And like I could care less if Dan Campbell was white or not. Just
Yeah,
succeed, just
yeah.
win.
Kevin Stefanski
All I
could
care.
Kevin
Yes.
he could speak Portuguese and be an
Mhm.
Indian guy. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit if that boy is winning. If that boy is
If
winning,
he's doing what he's doing
football
with the
games,
Browns,
yeah. If that boy's winning football games, I don't give a shit.
absolutely.
Like he, I'm
So
not. I'm not going to try and get up all up in it. I
yeah,
don't care.
you don't need to get that aggressive. But what I'm saying is
Yeah.
what I got annoyed with is that we hired a black GM
Mm-hmm.
who then took another uh, African American black guy,
Mm-hmm.
put him underneath him
Mm-hmm.
right away,
Yep.
and then we hired a white coach, and everyone goes, "NFL's still racist."
I know.
And we're like, wait. His boss is black. You
His
guys realize that,
boss
right?
is black. His assistant or whatever is
Yeah,
black.
his assistant that's right underneath him is
The
black.
coaching
The
staff that I had
coaching
just
staff is littered with them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
his two coordinators are black.
are black. Yeah, I mean, they're not just his coordinators. A lot of his position coaches are too.
Most of them.
Yeah.
I get that it might be a problem somewhere. What I'm saying as a Detroit Lion fan is that problem isn't in Detroit.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
agree.
That's where I was getting.
I agree.
Browns had the first female positional coach
Yep.
during a game.
Yep. She was because she's I think I want to say a strength coach, but I think that's wrong. But anyway, because all of our
screwed
COVID
you over. Yeah.
all of our coaches had COVID. We won the game anyways, but all of our coaches had COVID, and she was the tight ends coach for the game.
Tight ends. Okay, I couldn't remember. San Francisco, they made a big deal. She was an assistant linebacker coach, I believe. And then this year,
and then
there was in Tampa Bay. She won a Super Bowl this year.
She won a Super Bowl, and then
they just hired their first female.
Yep, there was a
referee.
Yep. Well, no. The first referee's already here. She's a first black.
Yes,
female.
That's right. Yep.
The Denver Broncos also have a female.
Did not know
coach. That. Yep. But yeah, it's. I don't know, man. Like it's definitely generational, because back in the day, like before our time, girls didn't like football. Girls didn't want anything to do with football.
Yeah.
They just.
It's difficult to kind of get used to the fact that it's a flawed mindset, but it's difficult to get used to the fact that women might have a good opinion on football, might have more knowledge of football. I'm a high school coach. Yeah. They know more than me. There's a lot of them that know way more than me.
Yeah, I have a Twitter full of girls with just oodles of knowledge.
Yeah,
and it's just bullshit the shit that they have to go through just because they're a girl. And like there's these stupid ass guys who are like, oh, you're just sitting there for the clout, you don't actually know about football. Shut up, bro.
Well, and I don't like the fact that like the people always want to the sideline reporters. First of all, it's difficult.
Oh, 100% difficult.
And third of, I mean, next, they're like, they asked the dumbest question. That's because that's what they're told.
That's what they're told. Yeah. Okay.
You think she wants to go up there and be like, how do you feel about this law? No one wants to go up there.
Or, hey, coach, coming out of the locker room for the second half, what is your plan to get out of this drought or out of this rut?
I don't want to hear that.
What is your plan to come back in this game? We're gonna score points.
Yeah,
what
they want to do, and they have, and they do this. I see it all the time on NFL Network. They want to interview people, and they want to sit down, have real interviews. The sideline bull crap, like, hey, someone got hurt. They know they're not getting an answer.
Yeah.
They know that they're like, the coach isn't going to say something crazy after a loss. They're just like, yeah, we lost. We got to do better. Okay, have a nice day.
Yep.
They know it. They got to do it.
Yep. And I don't know. It's like you said, and I'm gonna harp back onto it too, because it's ESPN and it's all of the networks. It's ABC, it's ESPN, Fox, it's everybody. They're telling these sideline reporters what to ask, or they're coaching them before the game what to ask. Like,
now, one girl stands above them all, and that's just in my heart and in my mind. No. she is very good though. She is very good.
I love it.
She did it. I think she went on Cold as Balls with Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
I think she was a lot of fun on there. No,
yeah.
Kay Adams.
Oh, from the NFL, from Good Morning. Yes,
she is amazing.
Dude,
she's smart. She's good at fantasy football.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
She's great. She's a lot of fun to watch.
Oh,
she's a great host, because she's the one that hosts that show.
And she's a Bears fan, and she lets you know about it.
Oh, she's a Bears fan. Hey, Kay, we got something for you. I don't know if you know this, Kay, but
so she knows
the Bears signed Andy Dalton today.
Oh,
and that makes me so happy.
Oh, dude, I can't. Okay, so I get it. I don't even know what the contract, when I wrote that down in the show notes, I didn't even look at the contract because I didn't care. I didn't care.
Hey, they were making a push for Russell Wilson.
I know that.
Andy Dalton, Russell Wilson, same thing.
Yeah, same. I get that. Okay, listen, as of right now, the Seattle Seahawks are not pushing to trade Russell
They
Wilson.
told everyone. They just hung up on everyone.
I get it. That's fine. It still could happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Andy Dalton is any better than Nick Foles. He might be able to move a little bit better, but I don't think he's making that better of throws. I mean, I don't. And you're the fucking Bears. You're there at what? What is their draft spot? 6th?
I don't know. No, they're not above. They're not before us. But I will tell you this: they're behind us because they finished above us.
Right.
Us being the Lions. Someone said they're like, the Bears absolutely have to, because they were like, from what I'm to understand, their aggressive play towards Russell Wilson was horribly aggressive. Super aggressive.
Do they not have a first round pick?
I don't know.
Oh man, if this is the case, okay, so never mind. Apparently that anyways, that's what I heard. I heard they were throwing everything and the kitchen sink at Seattle.
Yeah, they have 20th overall.
There it is. Yep.
If
God damn, that's so low for them.
I know. I know.
They did make the playoffs. I'm an idiot. I forgot it was the extended playoff year.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs.
So what they were saying is they will absolutely have to trade up, and they're going to be, if they're super aggressive to get Russell Wilson, which you should be, he's proven you're able to do it. If you think any of those guys are worth it, I can see them just dropping.
Oh, they're gonna drop everything.
Dropping everything to go up and get that guy. So they might be extremely interesting because from what I'm to understand, things are getting kind of restless in Chicago.
Oh yeah,
they're kind of like on their last year.
This is a do or die year for them. If they don't perform this year, everybody's gone. The coaching staff is gone. The upper management is gone. They're all gone. This is their last stand. There's no. Oh well, we went 8-8 again, or I'm sorry, it'd be 9-8 this year because of the 17 games, which is a whole thing. No one remembers it.
So,
but yeah,
I'm excited for this. I'm excited for tomorrow, which is, once again, tomorrow's the start of the actual league year. Free agency starts tomorrow officially.
Yeah.
And I love this time. We should probably wrap it up. We've went on probably a little bit too long, but there's a lot of news. So
yeah,
hopefully next week we'll have a lot of news to talk about as well.
Oh, we definitely will.
And
we definitely will.
And when this finally comes out, if anyone that's listening wants us to talk about something specific, leave us a comment, and we will try to hit it the next time we meet up.
Yeah. So on that, I'm gonna get a Twitter page for the show, and then probably an email as well, and we'll have it down in the notes and stuff like that in the description on YouTube. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah. If you're a fan, obviously make sure you like, subscribe. If you have anything you want to talk about, if you have anything you want to say to the show, not this show, but next show, I'll have an email for us, and a Twitter page for us, and we'll have that all set up, and you can just get at us at those. My personal Twitter is at Kenny Galvin. His is at @stock_Derek. If you have anything there, if you want to talk to us there, you can follow us. I'm pretty fucking active on Twitter now.
You are definitely active, and you're active on a lot of sports things. So I want you to run our Twitter for this and just comment a lot. Now, I will tell. Let's end it on here.
Okay.
Yeah. I tweeted at Eric Ebron.
Did you for real?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I hate him.
Why do you hate him?
So I'm going to tell you a story here. This is a great way to end it. Chad Johnson tweeted out, "We've become so fucking sensitive about everything."
Yeah.
And Ebron retweets this and says, "Everything," 2 exclamation marks. I put, "Coming from the guy that got shitty when someone made a joke in front of him while he was with the Lions." Now, this joke, there is a thing, or at least was a thing called Taste of the Lions. You go, you pay a ticket, and you go, and then you can. A lot of the vendors from around Detroit and the vendors inside Ford Field, they cook food. You get to sample the food, and then you get to meet Lions players.
Right.
My brother Jordan was in line to see Eric Ebron. The girl right in front of him, right in front of Jordan, she was pregnant. And Eric Ebron was just like, talking to her, and he goes, "How far along are you?" That's like how he started it. She was clearly pregnant.
That is a bold. I don't give a shit if she's 9 months and her fucking water breaks. That is a bold way to start a conversation.
Thank you.
Whoo!
Now, she gets on. She is pregnant. They have a great conversation. She moves on. Jordan, to make the mood light, maybe to make it memorable, he goes, "That could have been real bad if she wasn't pregnant, huh?" Just for a joke. And his response is, "My girlfriend's pregnant. I think I would know."
Well, okay. So,
and then they, I think they handed him a football, and he probably dropped it. That was a cheap one, but so yeah, that's the Eric Ebron. Hilarious. He left. He shit on the Lions for so long.
Yeah.
After he left, he keeps dropping, keeps having. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. I can see that. That dude, dude, listen, I my physical therapist right now is actively pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn that she was, and I've been going to her for about 2.5 months now. I just finally, or she just finally said something about being pregnant last week. No, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. She just said something about being pregnant 2 weeks ago. Therefore, 2 weeks ago was the first time I said, "Oh, congratulations on being pregnant." I didn't even realize you were pregnant.
Oh yeah. Oh, you look great.
Yeah, that's what I said. She wears like looser shirts, obviously, but not like the pregnancy shirts. She just doesn't have her shirt tucked in, just loose, and you
Yeah.
really can't. You honest to God can't tell. I mean, but you don't walk up to or have a girl walk up to you and go, "How far along are you?"
Mm-hmm.
That is
So
bold.
recap. We're taking on ESPN.
Yes.
Fuck Eric Ebron.
This is just gonna be a negative podcast now.
And like, subscribe, email, comment,
Whatever.
and we'll try to talk about the talking points.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by, listening, watching. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
See you.